Okay, well, here we are. An unplanned stream to gather supplies. Gather supplies for building. I actually went to another world and got the Mountaineer pack because we're going to have to transport all the materials to the Elven area that I think will be a good place to build. The other thing we're going to need to do today, though, is I'm woefully out of wood. So we're going to have to go find wood. We also need to preferably get some adamant. The thing with adamant, though, is it's in an area I haven't opened up yet, and I don't necessarily have the armor that would be good for me to wear into that area. And I'd have to make a hammer, so I don't even know if it's possible unless I were to go and get the hammer and the adamant from another base, which is a possibility, because I believe in order to open up the adamant I would have to have opened the Shanor hammer. I'm thinking out loud here. And in order to open up the Shanor hammer, you have to have opened the Belaghost, which we are not close to opening. So why don't we go get some wood while I ponder whether we're going to try to go get adamant. I always like to try to keep the quest as pure as possible, unless it is strictly for building, and then I don't care. Esquilette, hello, good evening. We are just doing a very chill build tonight. This is a series I normally do on Saturday mornings, but I'm going to start working on a base. And in order to get the base, I would like to get some adamant, but I'm thinking I might not be able to get the adamant because I haven't earned it yet. Wow, why don't I just break the whole floor and everything? And then I realized I didn't have any wood. So this is just going to be a chill gathering of materials. And if we want to get the adamant, we're going to have to go sneaking through a level that I'm not prepared for armor wise. I do have a little bit of an advantage because the weapon I have is later, because I have the weapon that's normally with the Frighteners or the Orc Hunter pack. So it's of tier 4, which I really should only have like maybe a tier 2 at this point. So just to chill wander as we get some wood and decide if we're going to go after the adamant. I mean, I think I can go get the adamant easy enough because I'm pretty much sure, sort of sure where I could get some. It's usually the yellow areas, right? Yellow or dark orange. But like I said, you don't open the adamant until you've gone to the Belaghost Forge and you make that hammer, and then it opens the Belaghost or the adamant recipes. So I might have to see what I can accomplish with granite, because we have got the granite because we've been down to the deep, the second deep. So we've got granite, and we probably have resin to make the tiled hearth. It's helpful, you know, if you can have the biggest hearth possible when you start building. So there'll be some adventuring, but it's mostly going to be about gathering supplies and clearing the area that I want to build in. So we're gonna just break wood. What are you up tonight, Esquelet? Hope I said that properly. I'm also hoping Viper 2249 will pop in. Viper is usually watching all of my... Oh, good. Viper's usually watching all of my videos and participates in my streams when the times work. He's from the UK. But he's having some significant health problems. So he hasn't been able to participate as much as he would normally. So I'm hoping I've got in early enough that he can watch a little bit. But probably have to wait till Saturday or Sunday, but thought I'd try to give him a chance and give him something to do because he's kind of bored as he convalesces. So, you know, I'd rather watch somebody build or play a game. I mean, I don't know, TV gets boring after a while, right? Anyway, Esquelet, are you a fan of Return to Moria? I'm gonna just get as much wood as we can here. I mean, I suppose I could just break the whole building. Let's see. So, like I said, it's going to be kind of a chill build day. You still haven't finished the story. Well, hopefully I don't go anywhere you haven't gone yet. I've just made it down to the deeps. So, not too advanced in this particular game. I've got plenty of worlds though, but this one's fairly new. I'm only into day 42. Casa Doombridge. Oh, so you found the bridge. You probably had an encounter with one of the bosses then. Oh, you forget the spoilers? Well, I'm thinking if you made it to the bridge, then you have seen the main boss, I assume. Haha, yes. Yes, yes. Chin on floor for sure. I have to say though, I did watch a number of people playing before I started playing. And then as I was playing, so I kind of had a few spoilers myself. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, hello. Oh, this axe just breaks the floor apparently. There we go. It's a good thing I didn't want to keep this building. Actually was completely out of wood because I made a lot of boxes and platforms, and so I'm out hunting wood. Ah, you knew there was. Yeah, and you know, even if you've seen it in a trailer, it's just different seeing it, you know, in your own world. Okay, maybe I better use my pick instead of my axe. Don't need to break the floor. Although it looks like I'm going to. So do you like the game, and are you doing a campaign or are you doing a sandbox? This is a sandbox. I definitely did the campaign first because they hadn't released the sandbox last year when I started playing. That's how long I've been playing it. Pretty much a month or so after it was released, I started playing. And I got about 1800 hours on my PlayStation. That's where I played it the most. And then I got the PC. And I probably put I don't know, 200 or 300. I haven't really measured. I guess you can go into Steam and figure it out. I'm doing campaign and been wanting to begin a sandbox, but I want to experience the story first. I do recommend that, and a lot of other players would also recommend that. I've met people that jumped right into Sandbox, and I was like, good for you, because I wouldn't have been able to survive probably. I had enough trouble doing it the first time through after I did campaign. I didn't do a campaign till or a Sandbox quite a while. Even after it had come out, I waited. I tried to get your boyfriend to play, but he hates dark games. How are dwarves dark? Is it like the orcs are dark? I mean, I guess that'd be true. Certainly not as dark as some. Visually dark. Ah, yes. Yes, yes. Well, there's a couple advantages to Sandbox that you'll learn, and there's an armor you can earn in Sandbox that you don't get in campaign, and it really helps with the light. Do you want me to show you? Might be a little bit of a spoiler for Sandbox, but it just shows you an armor you can get. And once you've earned the armor, you can use it as a cosmetic. So it wouldn't make the whole game brighter. I mean, other than turning up the settings in the game. But it does make it easier to see what you're doing. Okay, we're going to have a Wolfie. Hey, Mr. Wolf. This weapon is called the Frightener's Axe, and it came with the new, the release of the DLC. Have you bought the DLC? And also he hasn't seen Lord of the Rings yet, so he doesn't understand the game. Yeah, that does help with some history. But I don't know that you need to know the history of the game, you know, that you need to have watched the movies. I mean, the premise of the game is that the dwarves are trying to go back into their home that was taken over by dwarves or orcs. You do meet a character called Gimli, of course, that comes from the Lord of the Rings, but honestly, I think you can play the game without that. I don't think I want to... Looks like I might have already killed the boss, and there's plenty of wood in Orc Town. I got it from Firemain Davy, and I will craft it somewhere in the near future. All right. Are you talking about the Frightener's Axe, or are you talking about the armor that I was talking about? But Firemain, he's a builder. He's far and above my building skills. Have you seen his video of his Dwarf Delf, his upper city build? Yeah. Yeah, there's an armor that's the elves make for you that you can get in Sandbox. That I call them headlights, has lights on it. We are just gathering wood. I also have a what's called a dev tool, because I work with the developers as part of a content creator program, and it's called the God Pick, and it allows you, yeah, his Dwarf, it's amazing, isn't it? Oh, I'm starving. So I have the God Pick, which allows you to mine anything in the game. So it's one advantage I took for this playthrough is the God Pick. Oops. Just because, you know, it's kind of, I only have so much time in the day, and I don't always have the day to go off stream to go mining, and the God Pick just does everything so fast. Mining, that is. Yeah, so I'm like in the Erebor armor. That's what you get when you go into the mines, right? And so normally I would only be able to do stone, but I can get some adamant, which is cool because I was saying I needed some adamant, but it doesn't open the menu until later. You see, now I found it, but it's still not in the build menu. In fact, I haven't opened the granite either now that I look at this. Can you not build with granite until you get the Shannara hammer? Maybe I need to make the tiled hearth. Sometimes things open in Sandbox if you open, like you build an axe or a hammer, excuse me, or a hearth. So if you've opened it, you should build it. So I may need to go build that. Hi, Rude. Just doing an impromptu return to Moria because I needed to take care of some stuff before the regular stream I'm doing on Saturday mornings. I wanted to gather some materials so I can start some building, organizing. And I was talking to Esquelet here about having the God pick allows me to get materials I wouldn't normally be able to get. But can you believe it? I ran out of wood. Wood is one of those things, it's like you never run out of wood. But I did. So I'm down here hunting wood. Hope you're well. Hope you're feeling good. I've already been in here, but there's usually lots of wood in here. Never good to run out of wood. Nope. 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 Because you use so much in this game. You know, you have to have some to make a platform. You have to do it to make chests. And to make fires. So definitely want plenty of wood. It's a bit of a grind, and so I thought, well, some people actually like to just watch mining and building and mellow stuff. So I thought I'd go ahead and build while I was doing that today. But I don't know how much building I'm going to be able to do now that I think about it. Because I have the granite and now I have the adamant. So I'm going to go back and make the hearth and see if that opens up at least the granite. If I can open up the granite, then I can do a granite floor. Let's see, do I have... Yeah, I have enough diamonds on me. I'm going to go ahead and put down a map stone. Head back. It looks like I better sleep because I'm out of stamina. And I'll come back and get some more wood. All right. So we're just a puttering tonight. Let's see. Let's make some food. And make some breakfast, have some ale. Gonna do something with my old backpack. Kind of hate just leaving it laying around, but I don't have any deep water to toss it in. That's usually my way of getting rid of something that I don't want anymore. Is I go like to the Elven Quarter or someplace where there's like deep water, just toss it in. Sometimes you still see the little light on it, you know, to indicate there's something down there, and sometimes you don't. Otherwise, you have to mount it on the wall, and I didn't even have enough wood to mount it on the wall on a display. Now I should have enough, so now I can hang it on the wall, get it out of the floor. So we will make a display. I still can't make the display. How come I can't make the display? Don't I have, oh, because I took it off, duh. No, swap backpack, open, take out some wood, make the display. Oh, looks like I can make the wellspring. Oh yeah, because I've been down there and got some airsite. Ooh, let's do that. All right, now we can open, we can put the adventures pack on the wall. You have to be wearing it though, which took me a minute to figure out. All right, let's make a wellspring, because then you can start building with the antwood. I didn't realize I had earned that already. Let's see if I can get 2 of them up here. I need more elven wood. Okay, well I've got 1 going. And let's see, I think I still need to put I still need to put a bunch of stuff away from the last stream on Saturday, which was what I was going to do. I was going to just come in and put stuff away. And then I thought, well, I might as well stream, you know. Have some company while I'm doing it. All right, let's deposit. So we'll take a little bit with us. And that way we can pick up some. I didn't eat though, did I? Get over here and eat. I don't know if you were watching this stream this past weekend. Rude, you might have been, or you might have been taking a break from all your moderating, but I got attacked by bats, literally. There was a couple goblins down there, and they decided to call some bats. And the first time it happened, I had 14 bats. The next time it happened, I had 11 bats. I was like, it's enough bats, okay? That's enough. Let's make plenty of this. Yeah, I think Tyler said they were going to try to clip it. And that'd be fun. That would definitely be fun. Okay, we're doing the extra metal down here. Let's put this one in there. So today is just going to be organizing and maybe get into some of the building. I found a spot, but I'd really like to have the adamant, because the adamant makes much better stability. Gives you, you know, floor to work with. Let's see, I've got some of balsam wood. That's ironwood. I don't have any of balsam wood. That's something else I was going to do. I was going to go gather balsam wood. So, let's, oh good, I have the resin. Let's put our salt in there for now. I want, if I got the balsam wood, then I can make a nice storage system. So we might do that as well. If I got up here, we'll put the silver in there. Because I did a lot of gathering during the stream over the weekend. I just haven't had a chance to put it all away yet. Let's see, where are we going to put the adamant? What do I got in there? I got adamant, so I've already found some. Don't need that. I must have picked that up somewhere. Let's make a junk chest over here. I got some other junk I can put in there. So these are just my dump chests, so I don't have to put everything away on stream. But here I am doing it anyway. Alright, so what do we got? We got a little bit of ubasam wood there. So, Esquelet, are you a builder? Do you like to build in your worlds? Oh, let's put the wood down. I had already gotten some of this wood so I could demonstrate the orc hunter stuff. You try, yeah. I try to. I've watched a lot of Fireman Davy and Miriak Furmax and a bunch of the others to learn. Yeah, it's nice to repair all the ready-made. I've played with Jubo underscore 1071 quite a bit, and she's also a fantastic builder, and so is Blue Jackson. So I watch people and I learn stuff. Hey, Alan, nice to see ya. Hey, thanks for always chatting about me on your YouTube channel. I'm just doing some organizing, gathering of materials. I thought maybe I'd start building, but then I realized I haven't opened the menu for adamant yet. But I'm gonna make the tiled hearth. I think that might help. So right now I'm just organizing all the stuff I picked up over the stream last weekend. Let's make that hearth. We don't have to keep it up just for the sake of room. We might, but if we make it, it might open up some stuff. Okay, opened up the grand hearth. And what else did it open? I can actually make the grand hearth because I have the ironwood that I got because of the Orc Hunter pack. Axbeard gave me the necessary stuff to do the Orc Hunter materials. So did that open up? What did that else did that open up? Ah, see, now I can go gather the adamant. Well, I mean, I've got the adamant, so now I can start building with it. Good, good, good. I was afraid I was going to have to go make the Shanor ingot, or Shanor hammer. So this isn't a pure run through in the sense that I'm having to gather everything here. Because I brought in the God Pick, and then I brought in the materials for the Orc Hunter. So it's not a pure run through in that sense, but I'm trying not to ruin the storyline too much, you know. So a lot of this is so let's make a couple of gold piles just to get him around. I like to have gold piles around. I like to make the small ones and then put the gems in them. They just show up so much better. So that and you can pull from these, right? So let's say you need the rubies to make a weapon, or the sapphire to make one of the runes to put on a weapon. It pulls from the stash, so you're good. All right. So probably will just keep unloading stuff. How come I don't have I usually have my power box here. I can put that there. I usually put my arrows in my hotbar. Axebeard made a good point. If your arrows are in your hotbar, then you can actually see how many arrows you have left when you're shooting at somebody. All right. Resin, cloth. Put that over in the junk box. True quartz. Looks like that's where I've been putting some of the stuff for the Orc Hunter pack. And scrolls. Didn't I build those shelves? I wonder if I put them upstairs. I thought I built the shelves. I don't actually study them shelves, you know, those build lore shelves, because I've never really found it to be of any value. Let's see. Some of this is food. I need to redo these boxes too. Let's keep the snacks on me. I usually put, I will probably split this up. I like to have a box specific for stuff you can mix and make things like your brews or food. And then I like to have one for rations, and then I'll have one for stuff you can eat right out of the box. Except for the meat. You can't eat the meat right out of the box. That'll poison you. I didn't know that till the first time. Right? I'm going to put those back upstairs. I'm going to put these across the way in the junk box. Okay. I can definitely make more Orc Hunter decorations, but I figured I got enough to demonstrate the advantages to it. I'll wait and do more building when I get an actual house that I want to live in. So, just a gathering in the building tonight. How many of you have like a dump chest for all your broken stuff? See, this I can eventually put on a mannequin, an armor stand. And then there's people who just dump it wherever they're standing. You know, they just leave it behind. And for some reason, I'm like, you can't litter in Moria? What do you mean? You can't litter in Moria? Let's see. If I want more ubosum wood so that I can build my shelf storage, I could always break some of this stuff that used it. I really shouldn't do the deposit all, because then I put stuff away that I didn't want to put away. Look at this stuff's growing, so oops. Let's uproot that. I want to make more oats for now. And I need to remember to go get the blessing. That's the other thing I need to go do. Used to be, it took like 4 nights to, there I did it again, deposit all. 4 nights to grow stuff, but now they let that stuff grow a lot faster. Actually, let's do this. Alright, let's go upstairs, see if I made the shelves up there. I may not have, because it seems kind of silly since I don't use them. Uh-oh. We are under siege. Let's put this stuff away. Don't distract me from what I'm doing. Alright, let's go protect the homestead. Get down. Get down. Think they'll bring a bunch of bats again? Hey! They broke in. Shit.
Now that's a
What the
killing
hell?
blow.
He said you could come in. Where'd he go? Ah, come on now. Probably in here breaking stuff. Alright, where'd the guy go? Didn't somebody come in? Oh man, he's up here breaking things. You bastard, get out of my house.
Ha, that's one more for me.
Dang. Okay, I don't like this. I don't like this. How'd you get up there?
Perfect.
Alright, how'd they get up high? Did there two of them get through? Interesting. I wonder if I haven't been repairing this. Maybe they've hit it and I haven't been repairing it, because it certainly shouldn't have broke so easily. Let's see if I can get it back without having to move my... I've had a few folks test it, and usually these are pretty sturdy. But like I said, maybe I wasn't repairing them. Ah, see, oh, look at that, down to 36%. No wonder it broke. Obviously, I have not been paying attention. All right, let's see. Haven't, oh, over here a little bit. Very interesting. Okay, I saw wood downstairs, so what did he break up here? The good news is when they break something, the materials, you know, don't go away. But I would have to repair it all. Well, that was frustrating. Alright. Well, that threw me off my game. Okay, got that one empty, got that one empty, empty. So, like I was saying, this isn't going to be a big, exciting story advance. It's mostly going to be organizing. I think since I did open the adamant, it would be cool to start building. If I can get some stuff put away. And I want to make a better storage system, so I'll have to see if I've got enough balsam wood to do what I want. I don't think I do. That's easy enough to come by down in the deeps, and I've already been down there. more wood. I'll keep some on me. Oh, I need to put more of the coal or the away. Well, hi, Miriak. I hadn't planned on streaming, but decided I was going to start gathering materials and getting ready to build a base. And I found one I like. And because I have the God pick, I was able to already get adamant. And so, but I still had a bunch of stuff from the stream over the weekend that I hadn't sorted yet. So I'm sorting. I saw you were on earlier. I was going to come and do a raid, but you're already done, huh? Okay. I've got an iolite. Oops. I've got things out of sequence because I did bring stuff in for the orc hunter stuff, so I got materials. Tried to steam with your wife. It was a tech issues, and the wife is drugged up and I'm tired. Yeah, her knee I hope it's improving. It's the second one, so you probably got a pretty good routine. Let's see. I have other stuff up here. And gems. It's improving, just takes time. Yep. My mom had hers done in February, and she still feels better if she's got her walker nearby. But she's 82. I have a feeling your wife's much younger. This. I have so much bat poo because for some reason this base, there'll be a couple goblins down there and they'll just decide to call bats, and I had 14 one time. After mid-50s, the both of you. Yeah. I mean, still, it does get harder and harder to heal as we get older, but she's 82, so we'll cut her a little slack for still using her walker on at times. But she's getting out. She's doing stuff. She's going to the Elks Club, which is something she hasn't been able to do in the past, so that's cool. Why do I have so many Garens in here? Obviously, I haven't found the Muznakon yet. I should actually keep them on me, right? I mean, I know I don't need 10, but... Yes, she is still active. Active and stubborn. But she always has been. She's very strong. She's my hero when it comes to that. You know, she just took care of life. She took care of us. Even when it was tough. So I got Kazad and Elvin. Do I want to keep them both on me? She was 19 and she already had two of us, my sister and I. And my biological father was in the Air Force, and he decided he didn't want to be married anymore. So we stranded her over in Germany, divorced her while they were there so she couldn't get help back from the military. So she had to raise us in a foreign country for a few years before she figured out how to get back to the States. It was definitely a challenge for her, but she did it. She's definitely one of those people. If she needs to do it, she'll do it. Let's make the potatoes over here. Which Ranger Crossroads? I don't know if I can make the Mirror. Did I already find? No, I have not found the Grandmother lived in 92, survived the Great Depression, Spanish flu, was a Rosie the Riveter, good for her. Nurse, took good care of us, tougher than nails. Absolutely. Absolutely. I tell you, older generation women, they had to be tough, right? The Rosie the Riveter, the Depression, they've been through it. And life is a lot easier for us. And I think we forget to appreciate that. I have to be an old lady and go, yeah, this younger generation. But it's true, they haven't had to struggle through the Spanish flu and the Great Depression and all of that. Very true. So this is my favorite thing to do, Miriak, with the orc hunter. I like to carry around a fellbeast head. Yep, it's my new obsession. So if I don't need my weapon while I'm putting around, I just walk around with my little fellbeast head. I know it's silly, but it's fun. It's funny. Yep. There's lots of jokes around my little fellbeast head. And I don't care. I do it anyway. Let's see. What else do I got over here? Anything else over here? Nope. Hat is funny, like a hand puppet. Yep, that is funny. And it's actually, the detail is pretty fine. I mean, it's definitely smaller than when you put it up on the wall. But I don't know if I can get the angle of it. But if you look underneath, look at that. It even looks red and like it would be if you'd cut it off. So it's amazing, the developers, the detail, All right, I think I've gotten rid of all my dump chest stuff, right? Got that all done. Nope, still got some in that one. All right, I've got plenty of granite and adamant to get a good start building. I like to do the adamant floor, right? Yeah, the detail is fantastic. So I should be able to do, it's all open. The building stuff I need open is open. I just happen to have some ironwood. It hasn't opened all the building pieces though, but probably when I get the Shanor hammer. But it's got the basics, so I use a stout barricade to make a floor, like a floor base. So that is open. And silver. Star metal hammer for granite pieces. So I'm going to have very limited build options. Because I don't have the star metal hammer yet. I didn't bring that in, so how come this is all open? I wouldn't think I'd have the ornate ceiling yet. Maybe because I've already found balsam wood and ironwood? But I'm still using the steel hammer. Interesting. So I got enough basics to get a basic building going. And how come I don't have the Miravor opened yet? Have I not gotten all the way? Because I got the crossroad. Looks like I found it. But it's not a recipe in my kettle. If you have the materials, it opens them. But for the advanced granite pieces, you need the hammer. Yeah, so I won't be able to do any of the really fancy granite work, but I can get started on a basic build. I'm going to do my usual. I love to do it in the elven area. Put my fellbeast head away. But as you know, you need to have some good materials. I wasn't going to do it with stone. That seems like a waste of time. You can bring a hammer from another game. It works. Okay. I might. You know, I've already brought materials in. I went and got a mountain pack, and I have the God pick. So it's not a pure run through like I've done before. Kind of fun to just build sometimes. So I must not have found all the crossroad because it hasn't opened up the Mirror. So I must not have found all the... Because it'll open it even if you can't make it yet. All right, let's start some food. I have some ale. I actually ran out of wood. Can you believe it, Miriak? I guess because I made all this over here, and I was making chests, and next thing I know, I didn't have any wood. And I'm like, when do you run out of wood? It's like stone. It's like, you shouldn't be running out of wood and stone.
I love that song.
All right. So I guess, you know, since I've already brought in a couple stuff for this world just because of the Orc Hunter DLC, wouldn't be all that terrible to go ahead and bring in the hammer. So you walk in the world with the hammer, it'll open everything up, I assume. Or if somebody brings in the hammer. What do I have? I already have some true quartz. I definitely want to get enough of balsam wood so I can make better storage. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my box stuff, not there. Let's just put it here. Okay. Have run out of everything. Right now, hide is in short supply. Oh. Yeah, I've only gone to the warehouse a few times to get enough stuff for this Orc Hunter DLC. I went to Axbeard's World. And I went there once to get armor and stuff for a new character. I don't know, I kind of like the mining. You know, mining it yourself. And I never make something so big that I can't find enough materials for it. It's just, I kept thinking, oh, you know, you never run out of wood, so I wasn't worried about it. Now I need to worry about it. So what seeds are these? Are these chives? Fennel. I don't think I've grown any fennel yet. Fennel, you use that to make cram, I believe. Boy, I'm sure glad the oats grow so much faster now. Jeez, it's really nice. I need to make another box too. I've got all sorts of stuff mashed together. But it's like, you know, how much time do you want to spend making the base you know you're going to leave from perfect? So I really haven't. Look at all this bat poo. It was just from those bats. Those damn bats attacking me. I'm going to leave that here. Alright, I think I got everything emptied. I think this was the last one. Yep, that one's empty. Alright, can I get some of this? I only got 2. That's right, I definitely got to sleep if I want that to grow. Alright, so I went ahead and got a Mountaineer pack so I can carry the materials I need. Let's run over and see about the Mirror. So I left a mapstone in the Orc area because I was mining wood there. So let's go over and see if we can open that Mirror. I don't know why I haven't yet. All right, good night, Miriak. Have to tuck the missus in and give her her meds. Yep. Got to take care of the family. I hope you guys both have a good sleep. Thanks for popping in. I always feel honored when you do that. So I want to go. Let's go into the crossroads and see why I haven't opened the mirror board yet. Because I've got 2 on me.
Orcs! We got orcs!
Always nice to find these guys. They'll give you some metal shavings and a few skulls. I'm still collecting wood, so.
I hear something.
Perfect.
I don't need to carry all that on me. Got plenty of stone. Alright, there's the ranger station, ranger camp. Alright, I hadn't built it yet. Curious why. Obviously I found him but didn't decide to build it. Alright. Okay. Might as well keep getting the wood, and we'll go to the Elven Quarter, or Elven Workshop, or wherever I marked the map for. Myself plenty of wood to work with, because we're going to need to make boxes to put stuff in as we transport materials. That's probably the hardest part. I don't have like a builder's bag like some folks do, where you can just carry stack upon stack, so we will have to deal with what I can get into the Mountaineer pack. Husband's cooking spaghetti, and I can tell he's making garlic bread to go with it. The husband's the cook. For everybody's well-being, he is the cook. Yes, garlic bread. If we were lucky, sourdough garlic bread, but sometimes they don't have it. Try to avoid eating gluten. Sometimes it's like I'm allergic or anything, but sometimes my tummy's like, nah. But you gotta have real bread when you're gonna have garlic bread. That gluten stuff, free stuff. Oops, I didn't want to do that. It's hard to find good gluten-free bread. Alright, let's go over here, get a little more. See, I probably thought I had too much wood, so I was just leaving it behind. Because you can get an awful lot, you know, if you collect it everywhere, you can definitely end up with a bunch. Well, we'll go to the elven area. We can get more wood there, because as we farm the elven wood, because that'd be better chest, bigger chest that way. We will get some regular wood from that too. Those little piles of wood, or like that you find in the aftermath, if you're really desperate, you can go back there. They respawn. Same for the metal fragments. There's been plenty of time I need more metal fragments, so I'll go back. And you know, I think I'll leave a map stone here because I will be coming back here anyway. Oh, what are you doing? Map stone up here. All right, let's go back to base. All right. So I wanted to get the Mirror brew, but you can't really make it till you get the alchemical still and you don't get those till you get poison mushrooms. Alright, that's good enough. Stone. Definitely don't need all the stone, because I don't do much building with it. Alright. Since we're going to go farming, let's go ahead and eat and sleep. That way we have plenty of energy. That's not what I wanted to do.
Billy has a ruby wine and Yari a cup of mead, a bronze and stout buckler with trunk, fresh cut.
I have to check my menu too and see if I've opened up any other recipes. It's always good to open whatever recipe you can. You never know what item is going to open the next item. Like the gem cutter is important as far as progressing things along. Different fire or hearths, which we've already done. So let's look and see. Have we made a gem cutter yet? Let's go look and see. Can't make the furnace until we have Shinnor ingots. Yes, I have made that. Ink grinder. Didn't know I could make a grist mill, probably because I have, because I brought in the, yeah, I brought in the ironwood, so let's get that to work. You know what, I'm just going to keep it over here. I got plenty of room. So you can make milled oats and dough, oat milk. But I don't think I can make this still yet, can I? I can make it if I have bronze ingots. Cool. Then we can open up the Mirror, which is the healing brew. So we'll make another kettle, brew kettle. Alright, what else do I need to make? I can make the loom. Need more balsam wood, then I can make the loom. I haven't done that yet. I need the bronze ingots to make that. And I could do more garden. But I'm getting enough from what I've got so far. In fact, that reminds me, I have the mushrooms growing up here, the poison mushrooms. I thought you had to put a hearth, but I believe it was Miriak who was here a minute ago. Said you could just put one of your little, what are they called? I call them a scarecrow. Field post, and stuff will grow. You need this for the Scour Pilsner. Let's see if they're ready yet. Faster, faster. Okay, so we need, what do we need for the loom? We needed more balsam wood, huh? So we're gonna have to go back down to the deeps if we want to make that. That helps make leather and a new Minorian cloth. As soon as you get the new Minorian cloth, you can make a nicer bed so you're not on the floor. We can make the ornate chest, which is definitely plenty of room. So when I do get around to building my storage unit, I usually use the ornate chest because they just hold so much more. I only need 3 more of those. Okay, do I have enough now? You know what? Didn't I already make this? I have too many games and too many characters and I lose track of who's doing what. I think I made this and I put it up there. I did. Okay. So, what kind of, do I got any beer in there? I got the Scour Pilsner. So, let's make another one. Have to jump up there to craft. Let's make the, what do I need? Blessing, the oats. Smoked mead's good, it gives you more stamina. This one's my favorite. I could make it. Between this one and the Mirror, I think are my favorite. I think I'll go ahead and make the Fanghorn. It gives you bark hide, so you take a little bit less damage. And then can I get another kettle squeezed in there? So as soon as I get the oats, I'll make the Mirror. I need oats and Blessing. Well, Blessing is easy enough to go get. Pretty sure I kept the map stone by it. Yep. So we're getting ourselves set up here. And since we're here, let's go get some trees. I think this is where I was going to build this area here. So there's 2 entrances, so
I see prey ahead.
I'll have to deal with that.
That's all you got?
That was cool. Got the goblin and the deer elk thingy. Missed. So we've got this as could be a good base. I could also use the adamant to kind of build it out here some. I can also use the adamant to kind of fill in these holes. I think I'd probably try to keep as many trees as I could. So maybe I won't cut everything down just yet. Let's see. I'd have to fill this in. It doesn't have to be a huge base. I've done huge bases, but it doesn't have to be a huge one. I can make like a main house and then make smaller houses for, like, you know, crafts or armory. I've done that before where I've used this whole area and done a bunch of
Now
smaller
that's a killing
buildings.
blow.
Let's take these down right here. I need the elven wood. I'm glad I already found some adamant. That'll probably be enough to get us started, because I didn't want to have to go into one of the higher tiered areas yet. We're only in tier 2 armor, and you'd normally want to at least have 3 to go up there. Alright, so clear this away. And I could make a grand hearth in here if I bring in the materials. And it should cover this whole area if I put it in the center. I'm so glad that falls down now. You used to have to go up and climb on there and get it all down. Definitely getting lots of wood now. Well, this will take a minute. Takes quite a few hits to get rid of that. Unless you have one of the other developer tools, it's called a glamdring. It wipes out everything. Great for builders when they destroy buildings. You actually use the sword, the glamdring sword, to break the buildings. And you could do 14,000 damage if you really want to on a critter. Worth clearing so you don't get excited thinking it's fresh. Definitely worth clearing. And you know, if you, let's say you want to build in one of those early resource rooms you find when you're first coming into Westgate, sometimes there's a bunch of like piles of dirt that you can't clear with your pick. If you build a grand hearth in there, most of those go away. Jubo taught me that. So Diane, are you familiar with the game? I'm thinking you must be. Yeah, one of my favorite addictions. I mean, you could be addicted to worse things. I'm obsessed with Return to Moria and purple hair. See, can I get rid of those too? No, but I think if I put a hearth in here, I can get rid of those. They sure have improved how much you can clean up now. if you played the game a year ago when it first came out, they've definitely made some pretty significant improvements. Gonna let me have that one, huh? Alright, so I have a feeling if I put the grand hearth right here, it might just cover everything. Might have to add some smaller ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a map stone here. Now I have one at the blessing. I can go pick that one up if I want to. So where are we going? We're going to go back and get the materials we need to make a grand hearth. So we need adamant, ironwood. Where's the iron? Oh, I used it to make the, I'll have to steal the, I used it to make this. That's okay. I'd rather have the hearth. Somebody on the other side of the wall there?
It got away. Whatever it was.
Why are you sticking your head through my building? That's rude. Peeping Tom.
Orcs! We got orcs!
Not anymore.
That's one more for me.
You weren't up here bothering my garden, were you? I don't think they attacked the field post like they would if it was a bigger hearth. Alright, do I have enough now to make... What else did I make? Oh, it must be outside the range of a... There we go. So get the hearth. Now I got everything I need for that. Okay. So let's also get the granite. Let's go put some stuff away so we can get the granite. We'll start hauling granite and adamant over there. Thought I heard somebody.
Whatever it was.
For building walls and such, yep. I think I'm going to start working on a base. This is a series I normally do on Saturday mornings. But I had the time, so I thought, well, why don't I build a little bit? Organize everything I picked up on the stream on Saturday. Alright, what are you beating on down here? And there they go, bringing the bats again. Oh man, are you kidding me? They bring so many bats with them.
Monsters in the air.
I've never had so many bats in this area. If I hadn't killed them right away, they would have called even more. Okay. Put the food away. We were going to make... What were we going to make with the Elsbeth blessing? Oh, the Mirror, right? Yes. Very good. Now we got some good stout going on, good ale going on. Got some apples. I'm not going to make separate boxes for everything yet because I'm going to be moving everything anyway soon, hopefully soon. I wish there was a quick way to deliver items to storage chests nearby. Yeah, like a transporter. You could put cases on it. All right, let's go build the grand hearth. And that way I don't accidentally put away materials that I need. And let's take some adamant so we can make some walls. I'm just going to slap some stuff together right now. Get some quick walls up and start the floor. Kind of got to think, what's my layout going to be? My first sandbox run, I built a nice big building and I called it an inn. So I had big kitchen, lots of seating. I had 2 bunk rooms, one for the cheap dwarves and one for the, I guess, the middle class dwarves. I don't know, the next level up. I had a armory, a room for armory stuff. I had an area for crafts. So it was a nice building, and the whole top floor was an exposed bar and dance floor. And I loved it. And I made a cool gazebo. So we're going to do this one. So I guess I could do something like that again. Yeah, it was really nice. You could go back and look at some of my videos on my YouTube account. Okay. So let's start with the hearth. I'm just going to plunk it here in the center to see if that will, see how it cleans stuff up? Poof. So then I will walk around with a handy dandy torch and we'll see if we got coverage everywhere. See where all my dots are. And then I can put up the doors and not have to worry about critters and orcs and dots for days. That's what we want. And see them up on the wall, it's even better. Hopefully I've got, looks like I've got coverage. You'll find out if you put a wall up but something spawns inside. I'll buy her. Oh, and look, I buy cranberries. That works out. You just had to cause trouble. I was trying to go right by. Yep, looks like we got it. That's what I thought. I was thinking it would cover the entire area. Should be okay. Like I said, we'll find out. Alright, let's get rid of all this. You have to climb up to get rid of that up there. Why is it so dark right here? Okay, so now how do we want to do this? We could bring a building, put in adamant, and make this whole area kind of squared off. If you build here, like if this is your foundation, it kind of makes a small place, but I could do a 2 or 3 story. And then I can cover those areas. The one build I did with my first Sandbox for YouTube, did with my PlayStation, but I mined that all out and I put pallets. I use storage pallets. But I actually prefer boxes, nice and organized. So probably cover it. Yes, Axebeard does have a warehouse. So does Simba Lionheart. Jubo, I know you're familiar with Jubo. They all have warehouses. All right, so let's put some storage boxes here. So this isn't all going to be pretty for now. It's just going to be storage for use. Thought I had some Elven on me, but construction zone, yep, definitely. Rest of this needs to go back. I did have some wood. Thought I had. Apparently don't have enough. How much does it take to make an elven chest? Oh, it's the steel ingot I don't have on me. Makes sense. Twilight. I'm on PC using a controller. Until I guess a year ago when I got the PC for gaming, I've done everything on a PS5 for years. You know, PS2, PS3, 4. So when I got the PC, I tried to be a pure PC gamer and use the keyboard and mouse as people think you should. And I'm way too uncoordinated. You know, having the hand span to reach the keys. I tried having my grandson remap some stuff for me, and learning to move with the WSD, right? So, yeah, I stick with what I know. There's a couple games, though, that it's really an advantage to have the mouse. I've been playing Dragon Wilds, RuneScape Dragon Wilds, and it's not completely controller friendly yet. So you end up having to kind of switch back and forth between controller and keyboard, mouse. And then the God of War game that I play, there are times when it is much better to have a keyboard for some of the quicker movements where you have to aim and like throw your axe, like at some chimes really fast. It works better. Yeah, I hope they do improve the controller inputs as well. All right, I need to make sure I got my basics on me. Stone, wood. Don't really need the true quartz building, so I can put that away. Don't really need my arrows and stuff on me. And I'm starving. So let's make some dinner, and then I'm going to put my lighted armor on and do some more transporting of stuff. Dumb question. What do you do with all the rope? I have so much and don't know even what it's for. Rope is for rugs. So if you like to decorate and make the rugs, you'll need the rope to make the rugs. But yeah, oops, I didn't want to take them. I don't think I've opened those that up yet. Let's see, in furnishings. Yeah, I haven't opened up all the rugs yet. But yeah, lots of rugs. I love the rugs and the banners, and that's why go ahead and collect every piece of cloth you can if you like to decorate, because the banners use the Numenorian cloth, which you make from all the regular cloth that you find laying around. But yeah, rope is handy if you like to make rugs. And I do. When I'm decorating, I like rugs, I like banners, so you got to collect lots of cloth, lots of rope. And then you need the, the right colored gems to have the right, what carpet color you want. I like purple, so you have to get a lot of iolite, which for some reason I find easier to find in Campaign than Sandbox. Alright, so we're going to go get some more supplies. So I'm going to need more adamant, more granite.
Get 'em.
I think I got all my adamant, right? So I could take this with me. And I already got some elven wood. We can make bigger chests. So I can do that and take this one with me. And the bronze, but I don't have enough ubasum to make many of those chests yet, and I'd rather use the ubasum I do have. 21, not going to do me much good, because the storage I like to make with the ubasum wood, these columns. I like to use these columns, and then I'll put like a row of chests, and I'll put some floor, row of chests. I might be able to, but see, then I put the rails. I don't know if the railing. I'll put the railing. I don't have this distance right, but I guess I didn't actually do too bad. And then put your chests underneath. And like I said, I would normally use the ornate chest because you can get more in there. And you can do it this way, or you can turn them this way. Get as many as you can in here. So I would go across, and then I would use floor, either stone or the polished floor if you have it. But I don't have enough. And then you can put can't see, my head's in the way. Then you can put more storage on top, and then you can put your side rails. So you have a nice little compact storage system that's pretty functional. Yeah, and it looks like I put stone floor in there for me. It takes up so much less room than pallets. Pallets I think are nice, especially when you get the really pretty ore like the mithril and the, what's it called, the star metal. They're pretty, so maybe have that out to look at stuff. But when it comes to space, you definitely want to go with chests, and the ornate ones hold the maximum amount. But elven wood holds plenty, but I like to do the ubasum wood posts. And this I learned from, I think Simba Lionheart was the first one that introduced this kind of design. And then Jubo and Alaskan Care. In fact, Alaskan Care is the one that, Alaskan Care Gaming or Alaskan Care 911 is really the one who, she came to one of my bases once with her character and she taught me how to make it. And there's a specific order. You can't put boxes on top of each other and then put boxes underneath. Like you can't put the floor there and then put the box underneath the floor. It won't work. So you have to put box, rails, floor, more box. So got enough to do some, not very much. All right, so what else do I need to take with me? Take some more steel ingots. Let's see. All right. Really trying to just kind of map it out in my head what I want to build. I need to sleep. Gotta sleep if you want those to grow. Let's take this stuff and put it away. So we might be worth it to go down to get some balsam wood, because that's the floor I like to use. I like the balsam floor and the polished stairs. So I'll put this in here. So we could go down and do some mining for balsam wood. What I'd really wish I had with me is the dev tool called Glamdring. Man, that whacks that balsam wood down in one hit. But I don't have it with this character. What am I doing? I'm doing this. And I have to put on my headlights if I'm going down to the deeps. All right. Where do I have? I could go to the drain pump. It's usually a good place to go to start farming balsam wood. So this is a series, like I was saying, that I usually do on Saturday morning. I just wanted to come in and start doing some kind of prep work for building. So that's what I'm doing. I just kind of stream random. Sometimes I'm streaming Oblivion at this time of night. I might have to borrow Glamdring from somebody, and one whack they're down, right? So but you need all the bat poop you can find too if you want to have a pretty garden. And so I've been kind of thankful for all the bats that have been attacking me, but at the same time it's been quite annoying. But maybe I'll get enough to make a storage unit just so I can have things organized at the new base. Hey Alan, are you still watching? I know you popped in a little bit ago. Sometimes when they're broken like that, the weapon won't work. kind of like the sound it makes when you hit it with the pick. Kind of goes squish, or I don't know how you would describe it, but isn't it funny? I find it a pleasant sound. I'll get enough to get us started and make a storage system. And then I might go get the dev tool another day and really come do some mining. It's also a good way to get more wood when you don't have enough regular wood. I thought I was doing a big swing. Why aren't you doing a big swing? Alright, let's get 2 stacks if we can. I better watch my sound meter, huh? Do I want a chance of horde? I usually don't have my horde meter on when I'm building. I turn it completely, down as low as possible so I don't get bothered, but I think I have this set on the default. Nothing worse, though, than trying to build something and getting everything destroyed by a horde. Yeah, looks like my stamina is crap. I don't want to be down here when there's a horde and I have no stamina. No need to have any unintended deaths.
Quiet. I see prey ahead.
Thought I heard something in the water. Hi, Mr. Goat. I don't like those box. I'll pick it up though, just so it's not laying there. Alright. Let's go eat. So our tired will go away. And drink some ale also helps. Oh, you damn bats, go away. Ay, ay, ay. Now I'm exhausted. I'm glad I came back. Alright. Don't want to use my milled oats. Excuse me. Hiccup. Let's have some ale. It'll help with the exhausted. I just learned that after playing this game for almost a year. The ale will help with your tired.
The doom are kept with lock and key. The cellars are stocked with drink enough to drown the distant sea. For those who toil, the wealth of soil is his who finds it first. And when toasted by the fire with drink to slake your thirst.
Woohoo! Yes!
So that got me down to just tired. We're going to drink, we might as well sing and dance. Now I could have just eaten and got rid of the tired, but I'm demonstrating. It's for demonstration purposes. That's why I'm having a second ale. That's my story.
Woohoo!
And it gets rid of the tired. So in the middle of the day, if you don't want to sleep but you're tired, just eat and drink. And you're ready to go. All right. What else do I want to take with me? Leave the bat here. I think I'll make some more steel ingots. Now, do I want to use my ubasum wood to make the bronze ornate chests? Well, I have enough to do the trying to decide if I want to go ahead and make the ornate chests or just use the elven for now. It's kind of like, why do it twice, right? That part of me is like, why would you build it twice if you didn't have to? Okay, we haven't slept for the Owl's Breath blessing to grow either, so that's not very useful if you don't sleep. Alright, animate. Wood. All right. Now let's not get too disorganized here. I don't use those. All right, so what are we gonna do? I think I feel like doing maybe the main house here, a couple stories tall, and maybe make smaller buildings for like crafting and armor. What do you think of that? I'll start by making a floor. So I don't want a really small footprint, you know, I want to have some room. So I'd have to bring it out though onto the stairs if I wanted to make it bigger. Well, I don't have any critters that have come in, so now that I'm thinking about it, let's go put some walls up. And I will get up and clean that up. Alright, let's do... I didn't bring any ironwood for the door, so we'll just use granite for now. So this is sloppy. I know it's sloppy, but just trying to get it blocked off. So let's do... So don't judge my skills on the sloppy wall. Alright. I mean, really, I'm only reason that I'm keeping a door there instead of a wall is so I can get out easy enough to the cranberries and stuff. Alright, where's my other entrance? Over here. And we'll go ahead and put a door here, and I'm going to go ahead and move that map stone. Since I'm going to have a map stone in here. No need to it's kind of, sometimes when you have them too close together, they don't really even work well. Like sometimes I've gone down in the deeps, you know, to do some mining down there with the nameless beast. And I'll put one up above, trying to then put one down below, so that, you know, when you start to die, you can just pop back up. But I've never gotten it to where it actually works, because it won't, if you're down at the bottom, it won't read the one at the top. I don't know if other people have had that, but that's what's happened to me on more than one occasion. Alright, we'll let you be off center. Like I said, I'm just doing something quick to keep the critters, try to keep the bad guys out. Alright. Good enough for now. Okay, what do you think? Let's move our map stone if we're going to build right here. I'll put you back here. Now one time I came in here and I paved over all of it. Just put granite floor all the way around it and made, you know, big structure. My was one of my other outdoor I like to make an outdoor tavern, and then I paved it all over. And then I was like, well, didn't need to pave it all over. You could have just paved the area you were going to put a building and keep the trees as much as possible. So now I try not to. I might have to knock these down though. So I'm going to talk out loud while I kind of work through this. So what I start with may not be what I finish with. So if I want... So if I wanted to expand how big my footprint is... kind of hangs over there. Don't know if I'm going to like that yet. Don't know yet. Hi, Mike. How you doing? Doing a little impromptu building. Not sure if I like my plan yet, but we're gonna get to working on it. You know how it is, you start with an idea and then you start building and then you're like, that was a dumb idea. So I'm at that place where I'm like, am I gonna like this? Not like it? See, I already don't like it hanging over, but what are you up to tonight, Mike? Just wanted to go ahead and start building. I had already found some adamant, although I had forgotten that I found it and thought I was going to have to go get it. But there was some in the orc town. It's funny, those are yellow. Why are they yellow? Thinking about extending this out, but then you got the pillars, the columns to think about. Oh, wait a minute. What did I do there? I really do love this game, Mike. I was saying earlier I have so many hours into it. And I just love it. I love building, I love the adventuring, I love the variety you can get with the Sandbox version. The challenge of, trying to find a forge that's not going to be in the same place twice. So now we're going to go ahead and that didn't quite go flush, did it? It's kind of up there too. So if you're gonna do it, you might as well have it flush, huh? So that one's down too low. Oh, I see what I've done. See, this is overlapping. These are not overlapping. Foundation is key. See, I don't mind doing some building, but I've never done an entire build all on stream. Because some people don't find it exciting. I mean, it's not really exciting. But Jubo does builds. That's all she does sometimes, is just build. And people seem to like it. Oh. All right, let's make sure I'm not putting that forward enough. Okay. Jubo's the one who taught me how to drop adamant down through the floor and how to use it as a floor base, because one of my builds I didn't use a foundation like this. I was just putting, like, I would just put granite down, or I would just put the walls into the existing floor that was there. And one time she came and the walls weren't even touching the ground. And she's like, "Do you realize your walls aren't touching the ground?" And I'm like, "No." So she taught me how to actually sink a foundation into it after you've already built the wall. That was a challenge. I guess I gotta decide if I want to bring this all the way out. See, I'll do this tonight and then I'll be sleeping. I'll be like, "No, you got to do it this way." And then I'll come in and rip it all out and start over. now we can sink it in there. I can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Look at me trying to like look around like I can see around her. So when I was talking about being able to build in the free cam mode, you know, being able to watch yourself build in free cam. And I could see how that would be much, you know, much easier. Not completely flush right there, is it? This one right here. I mean, it doesn't matter a whole bunch, but it can. Because I'm going to then put granite over it. I think that's up higher because those are overlapping. Maybe I'll take this one out. We'll have to see how it's gonna play out. There we go. All right. Now we will put, I don't have enough wood. I'd like to put the top polished wood floor. It takes 9. Could always put in the wood floor later. So I'd only be able to do 10 basically. So we're gonna, the other idea is to do stone. I didn't bring any stone with me. But I think we'll do granite. Now, I might come back later and do the balsam wood. Oh, let's see here. Okay. A little bit of an overlap there. Not always optimal. A lot of people don't like to build if it's yellow. They would rather make sure everything's the natural color. But Axe Spirit is like, nah, yellow works. When the building system first came out, it made a big deal if it was yellow. Oftentimes you'd come back and find it falling down, or it'd have that dusting. I don't know if you were building when the dusting would happen. I'd come back and the whole ceiling would be dusting. I'd be like, wait, don't fall down. So this will be a nice place to start. I like to try and have as little gaps as possible, but sometimes you end up with gaps. Alright, now we can put some stairs. The short ones. Don't really like it hanging over there like that. I don't like it hanging over, but I don't like the gap there either, to put a potted plant or something there. Alright. So is this going to be our front door? Feels like a front door, right? You know, I don't think that is touching the ground. Looks like there's a gap there. If you use the hi Juvo, larger stairs, they will sink into the others and close all the gaps. You can go to the edges. Ah, okay. I was talking to you about you several times about how you taught me how to make the foundation, and then I was like looking at this going, I don't think it's hitting the ground. So use the stout stairs. Hi, Alan. Sink them down. Like that. I'm just starting, so I haven't quite got it all mapped out yet. Mesh the two stairs into one, yeah. You have a birthday Friday. Alan, are you going to tell us how old you're going to be? I'm quite honest about my age. So let's see. I haven't got enough balsam wood for the wood floor. That's what I'd really like to do. See, it's not quite flush right there. 52, 10 years younger than me. Still young. All right. I'm also early enough that I don't have all the pretty paneling. Now, do I want 2-story? Probably. You got the height for it here. I'm just kind of talking myself through this at this point. Trying to decide what I'm going to do. You thought you felt your ears burning? I did say nice things. I was talking about how people will watch you build for hours. They just love your technique, and you've taught me so much. And I'll probably decide I don't want all these windows here. I think you've taught me in the past to put the stout, to put the narrow wall here and then attach or a column. Snap the walls to the floor, not the column, or it could be raised off the floor. Okay. Walls to the floor, not the column. All right. See? All these little details. So place one in the middle first, I assume, and get it started. You come forward, because if you see that's flush, that goes back. So that's sitting forward. I don't like that. I don't want it sitting forward. So if you ever want any totally skilled building, you definitely want to head over to Jubo's stuff. Now see, I can see that one's going to be a little bit taller, huh? So wherever you want, you can put edging on the outside and it'll be flush. Okay. You are a master builder, that's for sure. You and Miriak and Axebeard. You also told me to pay attention to the top, you know, to make sure it's all flush. See, I hate using those though, because then you don't have the pretty design going all the way around. I'll have to hang a potted plant there. Probably when I get the paneled walls, I'll change them out. So now the trick is making sure these walls are the same height as those walls. So how can I know you can use the arches and to like, but I don't think I've earned archways yet. See, like this would be taller. It's going to end up taller. Take a granite block and take it from one wall to the other. Okay. Like this, to try to get the height. And then I could place the wall and then take that out. Oh, and then it kind of snaps to it. All right, and then you can take that out. Do I want it forward like that though? See, that still looks too high. Huh. Put a baby block to step it back if you want to. Put a baby block to step it back. Well, now it's gone. So I use this to get the height so it matches. I'm starving. How many times have I died because I'm building? So easiest way is to continue a walk on out the side. Continue a walk out the side. Then attach your other wall to it and delete. Wall, okay. I don't know that I want it this far forward though. It's kind of hard to build with this pillar, isn't it? It's like you need to be inside or outside. But I don't like the idea that there's going to be a big gap behind it. Well, I could make this the front door, and that could be the landing, right? Take a single block. Like the small granite block? And use that as my guide. Place it backwards so that it goes to where you want the wall. You're going to get frustrated because you're going to be like, that's not what I meant. Okay, so like maybe like this. And then put my wall there. Okay. I don't know if I'm doing what you wanted me to do, but that seems like it gets the height that I want. It's not back as far as I'd like it, but I don't know why I have this thing about it has to be on the edge. I will probably put granite columns in there in between each one. Okay. Should get out one of your build videos and watch them a little closer. I'm trying to look up above it. It's like you need the free cam, huh? I don't know that that's... It's hard to tell with this there. Anyway, this is from my series that I do Saturday morning. And then I thought, well, maybe I'd do a little building tonight. Kind of get it ahead of the game a little bit. I used to build alongside watching Moria build. Yes. All right, so I have spent hours watching you guys build. You, Miriak, Axebeard. I mean, I probably missed eating sometimes because I'd rather watch you guys build. Going across that way. What are you doing up late? Isn't this past your bedtime? What is it, like 9:30? Where you are? I hope you're feeling better. You haven't been feeling good. headed but saw you on and wanted to say hi. I appreciate that. Ariak popped in too. Not quite sure. That looks a little high. You said it was time to go put his wife to bed though. Coughing but feeling better, no pain, so that's good. Absolutely. I think you've seen Viper. He's one of the guys that watches me a lot. Viper249. He has not been feeling well. So I told him I'd try to build when I knew he'd be awake, and so it'll have to be during the weekend because he's in UK time. Me too. He's actually having to wait at the hospital get some surgery. He was sharing with me earlier on my we were chatting on comments on one of my videos, and I'm like, probably not the best place for you to tell me your health issues, but yeah, so I know he watches the game a lot, so let's see, where do I want to put my door? So I will put this. I'll change it out for a gold paneled one when I get enough gold. Oops. Let's see, what am I doing here? I was actually putting the pretty side inside. I do a pretty side in here. Yeah, but look at, see, then you don't get the pretty design doesn't go across the door. Now if I use the other one, which matches the barrier, of course it sits up taller and isn't good for I don't know. Like I've been saying, this might not be the final project. You know how it is. You build something, then you're like, I thought about it all night and I don't like it. You can double it so it goes outside too. Oh. Yeah, I can see. Just layer it on top of each other. Yeah, but I don't know about that. But I see what you mean about doubling it so you can have the pretty side outside. So, let's see. So it looks pretty outside that way, but you still have the, I wish they'd make the door with the pretty along the top. Easier with whole pieces, but doable. Gotcha. Not necessarily great with the windows, huh? I don't know. I don't know. I suppose I could move these over and then put another one there. Thank you, Jubo. I hope you have good sleep. And when you watch this again, it'll probably look completely different. Who knows? Just keep one wall standing. Oh, now I have to do the whole measuring thing again. Yes, you're right. I was saying I saw Fireman and them talking about building in free cam mode. I'm like, that would be awesome. Okay. Good night. Good night. Good night. I should go get some of that garlic bread I can smell he cooked. I'm not liking how this is looking. So what if I don't have the door centered? Oh, I'm starving again. So bright in here too. So when I advance and get a different hammer and open up some more build pieces, there are a few decorative pieces you can put over the door. Now when you get the panels, I really love the panels. Okay, so if we're going to make a second story, the next step's going to be stairs. And actually Jubo taught me a nice design that uses the... So this isn't going to be permanent, but for demonstration purposes, she might do something like that. Then do, how does she do it? Then she does the railing. See if I can get this right. And you can put like the smaller ones. And you do the polished. I'm not going to have enough is it this one or the other one? I'm not going to have enough balsam wood for this. No, that's not right. Well, that's sloppy as hell. Okay, let's try this again. So nope, this is not working. Okay, wait a minute now. Maybe it is this little one. Kind of hard to tell, huh? Okay. I gotta think of it now. Gotta think about this. She does it instead of just 2 large landings. She might do a smaller landing. I think I've seen Blue Jackson do it as well. Now I'm not going to leave it here. I'm just formulating. As I did it in my house, the last build I did it. Now I can't think of how to do it. All right, that looks right. Not that one. Why does that look so much wider? There you go. So something like that. Or you could even do I could do all of these segments, right? So even take out the big one. It gives you a little more variety. Where's the stair? And I could, if I use the small one, I could have it a little more flush with the wall. Sure does take up a lot of space though. Where's the slender one? Could do, it'd be about half the width. So a small footprint like this makes it difficult for, for the stairs. Gotta pay attention to what I'm breaking over here. You got such a small footprint, you know, it's makes it difficult to make stairs that don't take up a lot of room. I would normally do it like in a corner. All right, let's see. I don't know if I have enough. Might have enough. So let's make it 2 deep. I love this floor, right? Because you get that nice ceiling. I gotta put so if I do the slender, let's see, the slender, you only have slender short. You don't have the slender segment. I don't think I want it flush against the wall. And then if I do nope, you don't need 3 across with this one. Gotta be so careful about what I click on. I'll end up breaking everything. Then, wish I could do the segments, but probably takes up more room this way instead of, you know, like maybe one granite, tall granite stair. You can mess around and do, see, now I got to think about, see, I could use the space underneath for sure. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I'm gonna, good English. I'm gonna do this, so see what I think. So I was thinking I could go from here and go up from there, but then I've already taken up so much space messing around. So that's kind of awkward. So it's going to end up taking up the whole wall. I don't know. I don't know if I'm liking it. Kind of can't, you can't, can you? No, don't do that. That's not right. Doesn't want to work there because the wall, right? wonder if it would work if it was the wall instead of the window. So this might look kind of awkward. I'm going to have to think on this one. So then you got this weird space right there. Should go home and eat, huh? My character is starving. I mean, I like the stairs. I just don't know if they're kind of a waste of space. And I don't know about this gap. So I might end up moving that back against the wall. And if I'm going to move it against the wall, it doesn't make much sense to have windows right there. But if I had the nice paneling, it would look pretty good up against the paneling, right? Oops, those aren't lined up at all. Any thoughts, guys? If anybody's still watching, any thoughts? I don't mind thoughts. There we go. It's coming together really nice. Looks good so far. So what do you think about the gap between this and the wall? I'm still not sure I'm sold on that. And if I should take out the windows, put in walls so there's not a gap. I like the stairs. They do take up a lot of room, but you can do stuff underneath them. Full of gaps, so you don't mind. Yeah, I'll have to ponder. I'll have to ponder that. It really will be something I wake up and go, oh, I should do this. So they're kind of artistic in a way, right? They're not necessarily just functional. And they are solid, but I could put, you know, I don't need to. There was nothing yellow, but I could put columns just for the sake of so it looks good. And then I would do is. Kind of looks a little better, so it's not like looking like it's floating in the air. And I could still make use of the space underneath it. Didn't think I was going to have enough ubasam wood for this. Probably don't have enough to do all the floor upstairs. Ice Demon Minecraft, hello! How are you, Andy? Doing a little building, messing around. Didn't have a stream planned, but I've been thinking about this base that I'm working on in my new sandbox. And I am not sold on the gap yet between the wall. Are you packing still, or when? I don't know when you're leaving. Are you still packing? Gosh, it's late for you, isn't it? I'm good. Still packing for your move. Yeah. Well, packing is no fun. Especially when you realize you have way too much crap that you really don't need to take with you. When do you leave for Alaska? You and Alaskan Care are going to have to talk once in a while. She lives in Seward, I believe, is what she's mentioned. July 9th, huh? And it's 11 o'clock where you are. See, this is what's going to end up looking odd, huh? If I extend the floor. That might end up looking a little odd. Let's see what it's going to look like. I'd much rather move to Texas, but I like the family you have in Alaska. Yeah, and you said you were going to be able to work on the farm, make some money for your dream car, huh? So, let's see. Oh, I see a gap. I've got it, a gap. Yeah, I like the fact that you want a purple one. At least that's the color you sent me. I need to take my helmet off. I can't see what I'm doing. My head's too big. Well, I've seen pictures Alaskan Care has posted on our server. Yes, a baby cow you're raising? That'll be fun. So, how am I doing on polished floor? That's going to be over the stair, so, okay. No, I better do it from up here. All right, good night, Andy, Mr. Ice Demon. Hope you have good sleep. So it'll take little ones. Yeah, I do got to get my butt to bed. I got to be an adult in the morning. But you know, when you have an idea to do something, you want to do it. Look at my health. Oh my gosh. I should like go eat and sleep. Nobody told me I was starving to death. Good night, Alan. All right, let's make some food. I don't know why I just ate that. I was coming down here to eat. All right, let's see. It's the dark, so we'll have some bangers and mash. And because it'll probably be noon when we wake up. Might as well sleep though, because our Entwood's not going to grow and the Elsbreath Blessing's not going to grow if you don't sleep. Other stuff will grow. Your crops will grow if you don't sleep, but
I love that song.
all right. So it's my time. It's only 8 where I'm at. Problem is, I can smell the garlic bread that they all ate for dinner. Tickling my tummy. Hard to eat spaghetti though while you're gaming, right? All right, let's eat. Let's go spend a little time over there. Let's go ahead and harvest though. Let's grow some apple trees, just because. And one of these days I will separate all this stuff. All right, let's at least try to get the second floor done. Don't know how I like about that either. I think I do like the steps. I'm still not sure if I like the gap, but I think I like how they turned out. Ah, shoot, out of wood. Oh, look at that. It's not even the right level. Definitely going to have to get some more ubasum wood. But we could put other wood in here for now, just as a placeholder. Or we could do granite. Nope, it's too low. Ah! So it will eventually be all wood, and that is definitely something I can do. Go farming another time. I think I was told by Miriak, though, you should put your walls in and then your floor. Used to be floor then walls, but... So... if I do... That looks better. Looks a little more flush. One thing that a mouse does do better than the controller is it seems like you can get a lot more exact, you know, in the movement. Don't know if this is exactly what Jubo is trying to explain for me to do, but it works. Looks pretty good. So I know you can put the floor in later. So when I get the ornate walls with the paneling, I might switch them out. And I might even make, you know, I could make a deck. I could have an archway that goes out to a deck. That would definitely be something that I can foresee doing. So we'll get the bones of the house in here, and then we can adjust as needed. Can't really tell if I'm lined up or not. That looks up too high. That looks right. one's a little low. Oh, look at that. They're sitting back differently. Wouldn't you want those coming forward? Or is that because there's a lip at the top? That one is definitely sitting out. Maybe not. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Just a tad. That looks better. And if I wanted to make it, I mean, I could do a third story and have it open on top for like a little picnic area, you know. But then I'd have to make another set of stairs. I want to embed that instead of having the narrow wall there, which then makes it look funky. So going to all right, is it flush with that? I can't see. Oh, silliness, thinking you can look over the top of it. All right, then kind of boring, you know, it's a square building, so I think I will add a balcony at some point.
So hungry I could eat a whole dragon.
Which means I'll have to leave an opening one place or another. Where would I want my balcony? Would I want it over the entrance or out the side? So what if I did... See, it's got a flat front though. I don't like that, but I could always do arches once I open those.
I hate it here.
Kind of nice to have the trees there, but it does limit how big my balcony can be. I was wondering if the tree would get in the way of putting the blocks in. Can't quite see. That looks right. Of course, you can't oversee your whole domain if you got the trees right there. If I put it over the front, then you could do columns and make it look like what, an old colonial building. Could even do the adamant columns, which are a little more decorative. I kind of like having a balcony out here with the trees too. Who's to say I can't have a balcony around the front too? Yeah, I don't have enough to make the railing. And I would probably do the floor out of the balsam wood, because then you have the pretty underside that you would see underneath your balcony. Stairs look great. Why not a wrap around balcony? Yeah, I was thinking about that. Oops. Yeah, I like the stairs. I got to get more balsam wood to do the floor, and I'd probably put the wood down there too. But yeah, you could do a wraparound balcony. I would do that with the wood too, just because it's decorative, right? Oh, I put in a foundation. I have to take that out. So this is more of a placeholder, because I would do it in the wood. So I'm in that pondering place, David. I'm just kind of messing around with the idea. The only problem with the balcony out here is it does make it rather closed off. And would I do granite columns, or the adamant would probably be too big, right? They'd be too, that would really, yeah. But I was thinking the columns that would make it look kind of colonial. What about railing upside down? Like on the underside? That'd be cool if I had the wood, right? Let's look. So are you talking like this, and then if you did it with the wood? Is that what you're thinking? The skinnier columns, yeah. These granite ones, right? So I'd have to do, I would have to move my grand heart that I got there for building. Maybe a wooden beam down. Yeah, if I had enough of balsam wood, it'd be kind of cool to do the wooden railing. That's the wood. Like do the wooden railing. Or, you know, now that I've got the Entwood open, I could actually do the Entwood vines. So I'd have to add columns, so I would do, let's see. I'm just kind of messing around with ideas at this point.
I hate it here.
So I don't know if that's where I'd put it, but I'm just kind of messing around with the idea. I mean, you could do the ornate crowns, right? You could do the ornate crowns. Once I got enough of balsam wood. Well, if I brought the, no, I'd probably do the other one. You could also do the granite if I did the granite railing. It'd be the same kind of setup. I'd have to use the columns sections, not the granite itself. I'd probably make it out here. Definitely one in the corner, right? Are you a builder too? I like to build. I'm not necessarily skilled at it. Granite has the corner pieces. I haven't opened up all the granite yet because I haven't made the next hammer. Got the Shanor hammer, and then when you get this, the star metal hammer, you get even more pieces. Not a whole house yourself. Yeah, I've done multiple builds. I really like it. Jake's Art Corner. Hi Jake, haven't seen you in a while. I'd love to build, but that granite is rare in store. Yeah, you have to get down to the deeps. Down to the lower deeps. And it doesn't grow back, does it? So if I had the Entwood, I could use the ivy, which would look nice, especially here in the Elven Quarter where you got the trees. You could do the Entwood covered pieces. I like the idea of a wraparound, but it looks kind of odd. But maybe it's because I haven't,
hate it.
you know, got railings and stuff up there yet, which I can't really do from here. But once I got ironwood, then I would turn these into the lattice ironwood pieces with the entwood. Or you use the granite column. Yeah, I need to do some scaffolding is what I need to do. Corner column with the curved support stacked up would resemble some lattices. Corner column. Oh, that has the little outcropping design on the front of it. The granite. I don't think I've opened that yet. It's like almost the size of a narrow wall. And it's got a little outcropping. Yeah. Little design. Yeah, I haven't opened it yet, but definitely would be nice. I don't have it close enough. So just kind of still messing around here. I don't know, I could do the adamant ones. They're so clunky though, they're so big and clunky, but this might look awkward. We'll see. And then I'd probably essentially you could put one in here too. Not necessarily for structure, but for kind of for that colonial look. Of course, with the door where I have it placed, it might be kind of awkward. Come on, get up there. And I could probably put the bottom one there. It's not quite touching the ground. Yeah, there's a gap there. not gonna work there, is it? Anyway, I'd fuss with that a little bit. Definitely good luck with the design. Gotta go for the night. All right, David, thanks for popping in. Just messing around here, huh? So I would put 2 columns. I would put one on either side here. Put the other one here. Then there'd be the one out here at the corner. There I go, starving again. Didn't bring any food with me. Let's see. I don't know. I like the ivy idea, but I don't know. I'll have to get the wood, the necessary wood, and try it. But the railing here looks kind of neat too.
Smells like hell.
Well, you build scaffolding here. Why don't you use it? It's not positioned very well, but I think I'd have to bring that left one in, like where this one is, and then put another one out by the corners. The other thought would be to not have one there at all. Well, I'd have to sink it a little bit more. I do like how that filled in that gap there that I wasn't liking.
Smells like hell. How can you smell anything over your own stench?
Kind of hard to judge where it is. I almost think I do like that better than the granite column, huh? And then I would I might bring the stair over a little bit more flush. Or I could move it over more flush. Ends up making this a very blocky building though in the quarter, you know, in this elven area. Nope, I was sinking in some more.
Smells like hell. How can you smell anything over your own stench?
Kind of hard to see where it's touching. To put it back a little bit farther. But that's the idea, right? So I'd move it back a little bit farther. see, where's the best angle? About right here. Still though, you can't get up, you can't get the... Wow, this is tough. Trying to get it to snap to the bottom there, and it's just not working.
I want out of this.
What if I use the full height? Wait a minute, what if I do this? Okay, but let's turn it around. But that might work, huh? Alright, turn it around. And then the shaft, and the base. I definitely like that better than the granite column. So if I'm going to use a granite or adamant column as opposed to the Entwood, I would definitely go with the adamant.
I hate it.
And then we could do the wraparound balcony. What's this? Oh, that's the floor. I'll have to mess with that. I better do that from up above. So he's putting a foundation under it. Do I have it all the way out here? Oh, I just want to keep building, but I haven't eaten any dinner. And I can tell I'm tired. When I'm tired, I can start feeling like a little flushed. I probably look like I'm blushing. So I should probably stop and quit messing around. But you know, I get to building and look at me, I'm starving to death and her health's halfway down. Why does that keep coming up? And if I am going to have a wraparound balcony, I'd probably use more arch. I don't know why that keeps popping up like that. I'd probably use more open archways. There we go. There we go. Why is that up right there? And then I had put an extra row, didn't I, of the smaller ones here.
Keep watch. There's filthy dwarves about. Oh, squash those.
That's a little high, but this is more for place keeping. Nah, I can't leave that there. I can't do it. And this piece right here, I don't like that either. It's like it's not matching up from around the side, huh? Doesn't look like it is anyway. But I couldn't see what I was doing because of the tree over here, so I'd have to do something with that. Definitely don't like that. I think I like the adamant because you can kind of get it a little closer to the pillar. So definitely some cleanup to do.
I hate it.
Like this. Don't like that. So we'll probably have to go inside and do some stuff, make, you know, match it up. Might be a gap in the floor in there now. But I'm thinking I better call it good for the night because I need to eat. Need to eat and go to bed so I can get up and be an adult and make some money and, you know, all that really fun stuff. All right, Jakes. Yeah, I think I got a few of you over on Twitch. If you want, we'll go do a raid. I know some people like to do raids, some people don't, but I like to raid. I like to go and say hi to other folks, especially if they're also doing, you know, also building or doing Return to Moria. So what I will do is put on my ending stream scene, and then we'll go find somebody to raid if you are willing to join me. I don't know, most of the folks I know that do Return to Moria are pretty close to my time zone or central time zone, so they might already be in bed. Let's do bangers. Just looking to see if there's anything I should pick up while I'm here before I go back. Anyway, let me eat something so I don't die while I'm All right, so if any of you YouTubers also follow me on Twitch, you can hop over to Twitch. We're going to do a raid of somebody. See if we can find somebody else doing Return to Moria or one of the other games I play. And I will be back with this character Saturday morning. I play Pacific Standard Time, and this will be at 10. Wouldn't it be nice if we could have this floor? It's lovely. So I'll be back with Miss Faelin here on Saturday morning. May do some Oblivion tomorrow night. I got a short day. But let's go. Let's say goodnight. Gaming. Grandma says quit adulting long enough to go play. And we're going to go do a raid. So I'll see you next time.